The D-backs today look to clinch a fourth consecutive series victory on a big night here tonight. It's the return of Lourdes Gurriel Jr. as we host the Blue Jays. We've got some Pena power for you.
He brings a lot of emotion to this team. He lengthens the lineup. I mean, think about it. Your number 8 hitter tonight is Ildemaro de Vargas hitting .380.
And on the mound, Scherzer is back where it all began. He made his major league debut as a member of the Diamondbacks way back in 2008 as a 23-year-old, now 41. He will try to help the Blue Jays to a victory here in Phoenix.
Don't look now. Little shot in the arm. Max Scherzer on the mound for the Blue Jays. Zach Gallen on the mound for the Diamondbacks. Great matchup. Can't wait for it.
Once more into the breach for number 23 in black and teal. It's Zach Gallen on the mound for the Diamondbacks, who've gone 12-5 since losing their first 3 games of the season. And he's head-to-head with the Blue Jays and Max Scherzer.
And here is Nathan Lucas to lead it off for the Blue Jays.
And Lucas hits it on the ground through the right side, a base hit into right field. He had a hit as a pinch hitter last night, has another in his next at-bat here today.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr., one of the premier hitters in the game.
Is shot to the right side and into right center, a base hit. Lucas around second, he wants third. Guerrero's hit extends his hit streak to 9 games, and the Blue Jays have runners on the corners, 1 out.
So they are threatening early, and here is Jesus Sanchez hitting in the cleanup spot again, 263 with a couple of homers. And he lines one into center for a base hit. Lucas in to score, Guerrero to second, and the Blue Jays have an early lead. So an early 1-0 lead, and here's Eloy Jimenez getting the start at DH tonight, batting 5th.
Got him. There's the slider, and that has been a big weapon for Zach. He's throwing it twice as much this year as he did last year.
It's a matter of confidence more than anything else. He's had a good slider at times in the past, but kind of puts it in his back pocket. But this year it has really developed into a weapon for him.
Needs one more weapon and get out of this mess. The shortstop, Andres Jimenez. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Gallen gets 2 strikeouts and strands 2, but the Blue Jays get the early lead. A big day here at Chase Field.
The future Hall of Famer Max Scherzer on the hill looking in.
And not the guy you want to walk if you're Max Scherzer. Carroll reaches ahead of Perdomo.
Corbin on the run, and he's in there. It's the second stolen base for Corbin Carroll this year.
Got a real good jump on Max Scherzer. Heineman has a real quick exchange behind home plate. Doesn't have the strongest arm, but because he gets rid of it so quickly, he throws out his share of runners, but not Corbin Carroll.
Made it a close play, but Carroll now in scoring position with 1 out.
Perdomo to center, and it drops down. Here comes Corbin, and we're tied at 1.
What a way to answer that run by the Blue Jays in the first inning. D-backs come right up. 3 batters in, the game's tied.
And here is the return for Lourdes Gurriel Jr.
Making his season debut, coincidentally, against his former Blue Jays team. Back from knee surgery last September.
And it is popped up. Very shallow right field. Can anybody get there? Guerrero does! What a great over-the-shoulder catch by Guerrero down the line.
Nathan Lucas playing deep in right field was not going to get to this baseball, so Vladdy just continued to go after it. He did the old over-the-shoulder catch. This is one of the toughest plays for a first baseman, going out straight out to the outfield.
That's a big red star there for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and a big second out for Max Scherzer. And the 3-2 is hit down to Guerrero, a wicked hop. He dives to the bag, but not in time. The play is still live as Perdomo comes to third. Guerrero thought it was an out at first base, and the Blue Jays are going to challenge.
This almost took Vladdy's head off. It was a terrible hop, but when he picked up the baseball, he felt that he could beat Del Castillo to the bag. I thought he did with his headlong dive going right into the base, but he didn't turn around to look at the umpire for the call.
After review, the call to field's overturned. The runner is out.
I don't know that a first baseman can have a busier half inning than Vladimir Guerrero Jr. just did.
What a night for baseball. Beautiful Arizona evening here in downtown Phoenix. And a terrific pitchers duel as we anticipated. Zach Gallen and Max Scherzer. Kazuma Okamoto, the Japanese import, a single to lead off the second. 1 of 5 Blue Jay hits against Gallen. Yep. There's more spin, and Gallen gets strikeout number 3.
Well, until he proves he can handle that pitch, he's going to see an awful lot of curveballs and sliders and cutters away.
Spin, spin, spin. 2 down for Miles Straw. Boy, this is quickly becoming the Miles Straw series. He's got that speed. He's headed for second. He is out of there. They got him. What a throw by Welcome back, Lourdes. Some Pena power on that throw. And Straw makes the final out on the bases. Lourdes in left. The backhand plant and throw. Vargas with a tag. And we stay tied at 1.
Meanwhile, Max Scherzer is having a good night. He has retired 8 in a row.
And Geraldo Perdomo leading off. Swung on and a liner to right. That's going to get down for a base hit. And unlike Miles Straw, Perdomo decides to just take the single to start this 4th inning.
The base hits are starting to fall for Jerry.
And that brings up Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Outfield assist to close out the top of the 4th inning.
There he goes. Swing and a miss. Throw down, the tag, and safe.
Got interference, I think. Batter interfered with Heineman.
So interference on Gurriel. And because Gurriel was already out on the strikeout, then what happens is the runner is out because of the interference. So normally it would just be that the batter is out, but it was already strike 3 on Gurriel. He was already out, so then the runner is out. First strikeout of the night for Max Scherzer.
There's one of the 2 strikeouts he needs tonight.
Scherzer at 55 pitches through 4. He's given up only 2 hits, both singles, and Jose Fernandez leads off the 5th. Jose smashes one into left. It's a leadoff hit. Boy, Jose Fernandez has been a revelation this year. 22-year-old rookie. He's hit it 4 straight now and 9 of 10.
He kicks in the 1-2. Is hit on a line, picked on a bounce by Jimenez. Runner was off on the pitch, so his only play is first, where he throws out Arenado for the first out of the inning. Popped him up. Clement moving in, Guerrero moving in. Vladdy waves him off, makes the catch in front of Ernie, and there are 2 down.
Well, they were both yelling, I got it, both waving their arms, and finally at the last second, Ernie Clement backed away.
Now Guerrero trying to explain to Clement, this is my section, that's your section, don't come into my office.
2 outs, runner on second. The pitch to Alek Thomas.
That's fair. It's up the line and by Guerrero. Fernandez is home. Alek Thomas gives the Diamondbacks the lead.
Difference of this D-backs team, you give them a chance with runners in scoring position, they're cashing guys in left and right and leaving guys out there when they're pitching. And another example right here.
1 out, Eloy Jimenez, and that one is hit sharply on the ground. Down the left field line, gets through the third baseman Arenado and rolls into the outfield. Jimenez around first. He'll stop there, but he is aboard with a 1-out knock.
Runner at first, 1 out for Andres Jimenez.
Bounces it to first. Fernandez to second for 1 and back to first. Gallen covering for a 3-6-1 double play. Well, it appears that the Blue Jays have challenged.
Diamondbacks are all coming back on the field, so maybe they've already gotten word from underneath.
The Blue Jays have already had 1 successful challenge tonight.
After review, the call on the field's overturned. The runner is safe.
So the Blue Jays challenge room is having a good night. 2 for 2. And the top of the 6th isn't over just yet.
Jays have the tying run in scoring position.
And that'll bring up Kazuma Okamoto, 1 for 2. Fastball, and he pulls it into left for a base hit. Jimenez is getting the wave. The Gurriel throw is up the line, and the Blue Jays have tied it. An RBI single for Kazuma Okamoto.
And the Blue Jays have knotted it up 2-2.
It is a tight one. Bottom of the 8th inning, and John Schneider has called on Jeff Hoffman here in the bottom of the 8th to face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. I would caution people before jumping to conclusions about, has anything changed in the bullpen? Does this mean there's a change? Hoffman has not pitched in the last 3 days. He was going to pitch in this game no matter what. You know, we've heard John Schneider say many, many times they don't want Hoffman to sit for too long. So this might just be a kind of a rest versus rust situation.
Vargas bounces it up the middle, and it's a base hit for Vargas. He's 14 for 14 to start the year, extending his own Diamondback record. He is something else.
He really is.
It's the longest season opening hit streak by a switch hitter in the majors since the Blue Jays' Melky Cabrera did it in 14 straight back in 2014.
A seeing eye single, as they say. And now will Torey Lovullo with his number 9 hitter Alek Thomas up. This seems like a fairly obvious spot given the score in the inning for a bunt.
Make sure you get an out.
No bunt. Alek punches it into left. AT is second hit. 2 on, no outs. 2-2 in the 8th.
And it's first and second, nobody out.
In a tie ball game, there won't be a 9th inning if you don't get out of the 8th inning. That's why I was a little surprised at this. What we've seen in the past is this was Louis' inning because the game is on the line. It's a tie.
And the lineup card turns over. Here comes Ketel Marte.
It's a 4-pitch walk, and the bags are juiced.
And in 8 pitches, he's found himself in a jam. Bases are loaded. Nobody out. Tyler Heineman out there to talk to Hoffman before the best hitter on the Diamondbacks, Corbin Carroll, comes up.
Swung on and hit high and deep. It's out to left center. It's on its way, and it's gone. Worth the price of admission. Corbin Carroll hits a grand slam. It's his 3rd home run of the season, and the Diamondbacks blow it open in the 8th, 6-2.
Oh, and he still showcases why he's one of the premier talents with that ability to hit balls out the other way. And talk about bringing a place to its feet.
My goodness, what another fantastic moment from one of baseball's superstar players. And if you are the Blue Jays, that is as deflating as it can get. You got a fantastic performance from Scherzer. The offense had been dominating the Diamondback offense just in the volume of hits. And now you're down by 4.
And on to get the final 3 outs. Right-hander Kevin Ginkel. One more out to get, and it's Clement who has singled and doubled, 2 for 4.
Crowd on their feet here at Chase Field. Got him swinging. That's your ball game.
You wait him out long enough, the bottom of the order gets it going, and it's amazing anytime the bottom starts a rally how often they just put up a crooked number.
Corbin Carroll's grand slam powers the Diamondbacks to their 4th consecutive victory. They take the series by a final score of 6-2.